Hey, what's up, you guys?
What's going on, everybody?
Reanna.
Luke the window cleaner.
And we are here on Window Cleaner Talks. It's our new podcast/video series for window cleaning resource.
You can find the video of this podcast is going to be edited down a little bit. You can find that over on Window Cleaning Resource on YouTube.
And the podcast, we're going to try to leave it in its full glory. And you can find it on, I think, Google Play, Apple iTunes, and Window Cleaner/radio.
Yes.
And our very first episode is going to be about working with your spouse, because that is a question we get all the time. What's it like working with a spouse? Should I bring my girlfriend, wife in, my husband in? We get it all the time. And we had a great opportunity to meet some couples at the huge convention that work together.
A huge shout out to Dutch Shine, and it's a husband and wife team that works together. I think they said they have 3 employees underneath them, but they seem like that's the epitome, I think, of a great working relationship right there.
They both seem really level-headed and intelligent. Like, I cannot
even the way they were going after like the whole convention was really clever, because I think she was doing some, because they both had classes they wanted to hit, so she was doing some classes, he was doing some classes, so I think that's just like another great example,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, of a husband and wife team working well together. So
I want to go over first how we came to work together. I'm sure you guys have heard it before. If you haven't,
sit back and relax.
Yes. So I was working at a bar. Luke was going through employees. I was kind of coming to the end of my employment there at the bar. There was new management in. So I felt the urge to leave that job. Luke had, I think, 3 employees within a year.
Oh, it got really bad there at the end, because I had one guy with me for quite a while, and then I went through where you started seeing it really tough on me. I had 2 employees like in a month. I think it was really bad. And
so I left my job. I came home. I said, Luke, let me work with you. Please let me work with you. And of course, I had joked about it before. We just like giggled about it. I'm like, oh, I bet I could come work for you and I could do a good job. And Luke's like, oh, no.
Well, you just never know. And that's something, honestly, I didn't know back then. I didn't know if you were just kind of like joking around or if you're actually being serious sometimes. So I never knew if you really wanted to go clean dirty windows with me.
And you didn't know what type of worker I was.
True. Well, I always, and I'll be honest, I always, the way that you had carried yourself, because I would come see you at the bar, and the way you carried yourself at the bar, and we talk about like work ethics and things like that. So, I mean, I always assumed you would be an amazing worker, and you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so I started working with him. In the beginning, it was really rough on us. I will say that, just to be completely honest with you. Our bank account took a hit.
Man,
our savings
took a hit.
It was
so bad.
Yes. With the equipment, the business cards, the uniforms, and we were going right into our winter season.
Yeah, because it was what I think you just said this. It was
in August.
Yeah, this is your 2 years right now, so it was right in August. So, and it was different too, because before I had the equipment and like uniforms for an employee, but I didn't necessarily have the stuff for another owner operator. So that's something I kind of want to clarify, because some folks are probably thinking, well, he had employees working for him. What's different with Reanna? But
I didn't want a used belt. I mean, I know that
no,
bad,
and you deserve that.
But I wanted a new belt. I wanted a polo shirt. You see in Luke's very early videos, when I first came aboard on the YouTube train, I was in a tank top and I think tennis shoes, and a lot had to change for me, because I had to, I wanted a polo, I wanted nice looking jeans, I wanted nice looking boots, because I wanted to be able to go into a business just the same as Luke, with the confidence to be like, hi, I'm the owner here.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen you do it.
Well, I think that's fair. You just wanted the same stuff that I had, and what I loved about when Reanna came to work with me and now our business is that you wanted to improve the look of everything, and I loved that. And that was also another kind of like leaps and bounds in the beginning, and that's where a lot of our money again got spent, was because Reanna was looking at website, uniforms, truck, the logos, everything, and I'd always been kind of one of those penny pincher kind of guys, and I think when Reanna came and worked with me, before I'd be like, I really want this tool, but I don't know if I should get it. And when you came and worked with me, you're like, no, get it. We need to see if it's going to work, if it's going to improve our business. So, yeah, bank account took like a huge hit.
And so that is something you have to consider. Like, say your wife or your husband wants to leave their job. That is something you should consider. I kind of left my job on a whim, which was the wrong way to do it. If you can have a discussion about, these are my accounts that I have, or my residential accounts that I have, and this is how much I make a year, and can we do without your salary? Because I made a decent income, a really good income
Yes,
for
you
myself. Luke made a good income for himself, and once we took one of those away,
man,
it wasn't enough for both of us.
We noticed it, within weeks.
Yeah, so we had to be out there selling ourselves
like
every
crazy.
single day. Something else, there's, from the perspective we have is, Luke started the company. I came to work for him after he'd already had the company. He knew how to clean windows. And so, can your spouse take direction? I am not good at taking direction. I am very hard-headed. I don't like being told what to do. But, and I don't like being bad at something, which I was in the very beginning.
And the only reason I'm smiling when you say that is just because I'm the same way. Like
I know.
I cannot take direction at all, and I'm just smiling because it's like we're both so much alike when it
We're
comes to that.
both really hard-headed.
So
hard-headed. Like, we would fight a lot.
We bumped heads a lot.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because Luke would be like, go clean that door over there. And I'd be like, you're giving me bitch work, and I hate you.
Or you always had, and still to this day sometimes, okay, boss. And I'm like, I hate that because that's, no one's the boss here. No one's the employee. But that's hard because it seems like someone always takes that role. Yeah. Or someone feels that they're taking that role.
And in the beginning, you should have had that role. Honestly, you needed to have that role. And I don't do well with someone being the boss, I guess.
No.
Especially when it's your husband. And so it's a nice little dance you do there. And so that's something else you need to consider is, can you guys kind of have that different relationship now while you're at work and keep it separate from when you're at home? So,
I think it's fair to say, Reanna and I have found that we bicker more in our busy season. Mm-hmm. So definitely. Like right when spring hits, you got the estimates going on, you got the phone blowing up, and all of this stuff going on, and then you guys probably don't know this about me, but I love implementing new systems right when we get busy.
You do.
I do it every time. I'm like, hey, Reanna, guess what? Have you seen House Call Pro? All the time. Yeah. I just want to, let's throw this system out of here. We're as busy as all can be.
Now we don't have a calendar for 3 days, yes. But this is going to be awesome.
So we've got all this going on, and then always it's something stupid. It's something so stupid.
It's like Luke walked away and went around the building when he would normally be, work next to me. Or it's, I wasn't as talkative in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm just assuming that you're mad about something really from the day before.
Really, it's like I have an upset stomach, and he thinks that I hate him. And so it's like little things, then we just turn on each other.
And we found that just what it usually is the high stress levels from, and honestly, we because when we're able to take a step back and look at it, it's just the high stress levels of being busy and everything going on. But then it comes to that point of like, how do you separate it? Because when you get into an argument or a disagreement, when you have a disagreement with an employee, I think the great thing is that employee goes home, you go home, you guys clock out, you're both able to think about it, and hopefully you as the employer, you really get to think about it, and you're able to confront the person the next day with, kind of a fresh mind, and you're able to reevaluate everything and resolve this.
Professionally.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you're working together with your wife and you guys have an argument at work, say it's in the morning and I think she's being cranky or whatever, that argument, if you don't snip it in the butt right there, it can last, because then it can last all day, and then you guys are nitpicking at each other. And then, but guess what? You're not firing her. She's not firing you. And even if one of you do fire one or the other, you're going home together, hopefully. So
really, what for me, what it feels like, because not to say that Luke is the boss, but you're fighting with your boss, and then you come home and you're fighting with your husband, and then and over all the top of that, you're fighting with your best friend. Hopefully, your husband or your wife's your best friend.
Hopefully.
And so you're fighting with the three most important people in your life, and it's just, it drains you. And so it's something that we still work on.
You have to, and I think we're going to work on this for the rest of our lives. That
Yeah.
we're going to have a window cleaning any company
Because
together.
I think you and I are both really strong-minded individuals. So like,
Oh yeah.
I think that I am right and you think that you are right, and until the fighting is done and over with, then we can be like, you were right here and I was right here. And if we had just put our ideas together instead of just shutting each other down like that, it wouldn't have been such a hurricane
Absolutely.
of a fight, because it can just ruin your whole day.
And then the thing is, if you don't fix it, it can ruin. In my opinion, it could ruin your marriage.
Yeah, and your business.
And your business.
So the two really important things right there.
Should be your family and your business. That's going to be two of the most important things in your life. And if you're not careful, it can ruin it. If you guys hear cat sounds going on and
You're
all
welcome.
that jazz,
I gave you a catnip party, and you come in here and start complaining to me.
for any cat owners out there, we have too many cats.
Yeah.
We have 4 cats. So trying to like shut them out of a room, you already know, because everyone else shut them out of a room. It just doesn't work that way.
No, and if we were in there watching TV, they would not give a crap about us. But because we're sitting here talking into these things,
Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah, their entire lives is turned upside down.
So in wrapping this whole thing up, guys, I want to say that you really need to take a serious look into I think, what you can financially afford and what you can financially actually do. Like, really look at the numbers. If you and your wife or you and your girlfriend are looking at starting a window cleaning company together, or a window cleaning company, or any kind of business for that matter, look at the numbers. Is this doable? Especially if one of the spouses is losing their income to come work with the other one. Got to look at it. What's another conclusion you would like to put in, Reanna?
Is it good for your marriage? I think that sums up a whole lot of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Is it going to be good for you guys as a married couple?
Is it sustainable?
Yeah, marriage to me should be first. You should be happy and love each other. And if working together, messes that up in any way,
Not worth it.
not worth it. Not
No.
at all. You can go hire some kid to do the work. That would be more.
I would rather you go back to working to the bar and me working at window cleaning before I lose you.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an option.
No.
Even if it's like more convenient for the business, your marriage should come first. Your
Yes.
family should come first.
Yes.
And this could even go for, say, you're going to hire, a brother or, a
family
friend.
member,
Yeah,
a friend,
anybody.
yeah.
Some of the stuff can apply there too. It's just, you got to just really consider, how is this going to affect my relationship?
I think it gets even trickier when you're talking about your spouse.
Yeah.
So if you're looking into doing it, I hope you really listen to us, because we didn't sugarcoat any of this.
No.
And we're not trying to be negative Nancy's either, but we're just really wanting you guys to hear that very nitty-gritty truth of our experience of working with each other in the last 2 years.
It's only been 2 years. I know that there are plenty of couples who've worked together longer than that.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially even in this field. But this is just our perspective. Hopefully it helps you guys just have a conversation if this is something you're considering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, guys, appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon with my lovely wife, Reanna.
I think this is, I believe this is something we're going to do every month at least.
Yes.
And so you can look for that here, of course, on Window Cleaning Resource on YouTube or on Window Cleaner/radio. I think this is the easiest way to find it. That's where we listen to WCR Nation. So.
Yep, Josh.
Yep. So.
Goodbye.
Bye.